with benefits. Ain't I a woman? Babies having babies. What you don't know can hurt you. My love's under new management, and my favorite because I wrote it, Battle for My Soul. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Tiffany DeVasia.
Look at me. Do I look like a woman to you? Am I a woman? What is a woman to you? Well, let's see. I cook every night. I clean up just right. Do y'all know that I work every single day? And when I work, I have no time for play. But am I a woman? See, I have 5 kids to take care of. A shopping habit too. And sometimes I'm a dime. And other times I can look just like you. But am I a woman? See, I have 4 lips with a semi-full figure. And every now and then I've been told that I'm a nigga. Oh, I can't say that. Girl, hush your mouth. See, I would never, ever, ever let that word come out of my mouth. But am I a woman? See, most of the time I'm happy and many of the times I'm nice. But it takes a certain device for me to show my other side. And when I do, Lord Jesus, you better hide. Because when I get angry, you better get back. Because when I get mad, I turn blacker than black. See, my face get all wound up and my fist starts to clench, and you better get back before I make you flinch. And my eyes get all wide. Y'all see I'm angry inside. And my fist is dark, and my speech begins to creep into a language I don't even speak. Ain't I a woman? Doggone it, ain't I a woman? Why would I let you be the judge of me? Because maybe it's something I just don't see. Ain't I a woman? Or do I just pretend to be? Well, when I go over to the west side of Chicago, and that's where my grandma from, I go downtown, and when I go to the downtown area, a lot of times I have to change my appearance. We talked about hypocrites this morning. So, baby, when I change my appearance, I got to put on my other wig. This one right here. And then at times, baby, I got to take my teeth out, baby. Then I got to put on my glasses, baby, so I can see who I'm looking at, baby, when I step out on that porch. Hold on now. Hold on now. Got to see who I'm looking at. Got to put my good scarf on, baby. Normally I have a trench coat on, baby. That's how I go out in the summertime, baby. You got to cover it all up now, baby. Hold on now. Woo, child. Woo, child. Showing up good. So my name is Mrs. Smith. Now we're talking about the marriage ministry, baby. I've been married to Mr. Smith for 35 long years, baby. Ooh, that took some work, baby. He is a mess, baby. He loves sleeping with the windows open, baby. I'm just sitting there freezing. He just got the windows wide open, baby. We got 2 twins. One named Junior, one named York. Now our twins is something else. They take after him for the most part. But my good-looking twin, he takes after me, baby. Don't I look good? Ooh. Ooh, child, I used to be a model back in my day, baby. Back in my day. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Now, baby, the problem is my one son is dating this thing called Puerto Rico, baby. Ooh, I can't stand her. Now, man, let me tell you something. If you want your mama to meet your girlfriend for the first time, don't bring her to church, baby. He brought the thing to church. He brought her to church. Talking about some come as you is. She came into our church looking like sin walking through the door, baby. She looked like sin. I said, oh my God. I had to use my church finger, baby, and I entered the building. Oh, I did. I sure did, baby. I almost had a heart attack, acting like I was having one. So, baby, when she came in my face, now I fight in church. Now, baby, you don't come in my face and then you gonna just talk to me any old kind of way. I fight you in church, baby. I use the claw, baby. I hit you with the claw, baby.
baby. You know, I hit you with the bat. So she came to my face, and it was over. She came prancing through the church like this, baby. That's what I'm talking about, you know? Puerto Ricans, we are part of the United States of America, you know? So it's so sad that people don't want to help us and everything like that, you know what I say? I say, Mima, you know, I'm trying to go to church and everything like that, you know? My health fell off and everything like that, right? So I go to the church, right, with my boyfriend, right? You know, I see a guy, he say, Usher. You know, I think it was him over here, you know? Say, Usher. I say, you know, he's probably related to Usher, you know what I say? And she said, Mommy, you can't come here like that. I said, what are you talking about? He said, Mommy, you dress very inappropriately. I said, what are you talking about? He said, come as you is. That's what I do. That's what I am, you know. Just trying to come into the church, you know. Praise the Lord and everything like that. That's all I'm trying to do. He said, Mommy, we can't let you in. And so I just snuck past him. You know what I say? You know how we do it in the club. You know how we do. So I snuck past him, right? You know, so I'm in the church, you know, looking all good, my clothes from last night and everything like that. This lady, she's looking at me all crazy and everything like that. She said, oh my gosh. I'm like, who is she talking about? You know, I'm looking around and everything like that. She's like, hell yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about, you know? And so his madre, she snucks out the back door and everything like that. And so this lady runs over me. Mommy, she told me, oh my goodness, look at sin just walking through the door. Oh my goodness, Bill, I told you, do not let her in this building. This is so ridiculous. Come here, sister, sitting on this pew right here. Sit on this pew, we're going to lay hands on you. We're going to spray some holy water on you. We're going to pray for you. You are so inappropriately dressed. If you want to come as you are, there are robes in the back. Choir robes. You put one of those robes on. You don't come here like that. We're going to pray for this sister. But first and foremost, we're going to do a Candy. Candy, I saw you at the club last night. You were shaking it up with all those men. I told those men that Candy was married. And I said, don't you ever do that again. So I took all those men's numbers. And because I'm single, I can call them, and nobody's going to say anything about it, okay? Now, Candy, don't you ever do that again. I was in the club. I have to do my investigations. I have to be there. I have to report back to the minister. Didn't you tell me that was my job? That's what he told me. That's how I get my tithes and offering. I'm sorry. That's how I get my, it's called my salary. That's my salary, okay? Now, we're also going to deal with Sarah and John. Sarah and John. I told you about bringing that little pig nose baby into this service. It is a disgrace. You should leave that baby on a farm. Don't ever. I'm judging, Pastor. I told you that I have to judge the people before they walk through the building. I sit right in the second pew and I judge every last one of them that walk into our service. Yes, I may have scared about 700 members away, but I'm still here. You still have me, okay? So now, you know what? We're not going to have a sermon today. You just stay right there. My prayer time is good enough. I'm going to pray for all you sinners because I am the holiest member in this congregation. And I'm tired of Sister Mary telling me I'm not. I'm going to pray for you too, Sister Mary. Okay, everybody, bow your heads, close your pretty eyes so we can pray to the Lord so He only hears me. Okay? Dear Holy One that hears only me, we come to you today. Oh my goodness. Look at Michael, everyone. He knows that our tithes and offerings is next, and he's trying to exit the building. Michael, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you all out because I see you all. I'm so holy. I'm so holy. You know, I'm going to call you all out. You know what? I'm just going to bring Sister Marline back to the sermon, back to the pulpit, actually, because, no, I'm going to go down the street to the Black Tie Restaurant because you people just looking at me like you don't understand what I'm saying. I don't get it. I'm going down the street. Does anybody want anything? I don't think so. Nobody eats in this trailer. You know what? Our church went from 700 members to now 7 members in this trailer. I'll be back. Good evening. for you, Sister Daisy. Yes, you're a beautiful American. Can I help you with something? Yes. Or you want Go Buy Chicken? Go Buy Chicken coming soon. Yes, yes. Hold on. First, you want Go Buy Chicken? You want cat dog chicken? You want baby chicken? You want baby chicken? No baby chicken. Okay, hold on. Stupid American. It's made with a lot of grease and flour. Yes, hold on one second. First, hold on. Stupid American. We kill you. I say we kill you with good food. First sign a suicide letter, suicide, stating that you are not allergic to chicken. We kill you, we kill you now. Yes, very good, you sign your dumb American. Go my chicken, come me, so somebody say me, somebody thank you. Yes, go my chicken, come me, so yes, enjoy. No, don't eat it here. You die outside. No, I say you die. You die outside. D-I-E and the I-N-G outside. Public outside. Yes, that's stupid American. Yes. Good evening. How can I help you? We kill American. That's what we do. With grease and flour, they love chicken. Chicken coming. We all so quick to judge. Let's stop judging each other. Stereotypes, hypocrites. We put on a mask, like he said. Right on point. Judgment Day is just a second away. Every second you become closer to your grave. And see, you don't even realize it. As you sit there anxiously to see what I'm about to say next, God might put your life to the test. See, he might remove his shield of protection from around you just to find out what the devil is going to do when he tries to tempt you. You might ignore him as if he does not exist. Or you might taste a sample of his forbidden fruit just because you couldn't resist. See, placing that kiss upon my Savior's head, Judas, as you point out the Son of Man because you couldn't withstand putting the fate of Jesus Christ in your hands. See, why couldn't you just be like my fellow brother Job, who lost everything he had but never his soul? See, that's why we got to take life just a second at a time. You got to open up your mind. Seek and ye shall find that God has already written your name in a good book. So your life should be one that's already took. It's already blessed. It's already put to the test. You've already confessed that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. So why are you sitting there anxiously to see what I'm about to say next? Because these words I'm about to say, see, they may go over your head. So be prepared to be led, to be read. It's like a book, already open, already spoken. You've already chosen to dedicate your decree to Christ. So are you ready to follow him to a land flowing with milk and honey? See, this is a land where no money could be worth anything, but your soul is worth everything. So the next time you say that you can't wait another second, you better think about today. Because tomorrow is so far away, and it may turn out to be your judgment day. I want to thank y'all so much for having me here. I want to thank my brother Alvin. Alvin and I wrote this play together, Battle for My Soul, and amazing writer here that y'all have here. He asked me, could I come in? I have no problem coming in. I love, this is part of my ministry. This show is normally an hour and a half long. These are normally the different characters that I actually do. I'm originally from Chicago, so these characters, they do come from personal experiences of mine and personal people like my grandmother. I did my grandmother. The poetry, I get that from my father and my mother. My father's actually a minister. He doesn't pastor over a church anymore, but he was a minister for years, for about 30 years in Chicago. So all my family is still in Chicago. So, but the drive, the point home is you all, no matter how young or old you are, you never know when your last day on earth is. My children can attest to that. We were living in Pontiac for so many years, and a friend of hers, 15 years old, like he said, people wear masks. 15 years old, his name was Solomon Bonner, and his best friend killed him
Invited him out to have a good time at a friend's house. This just happened this year. And when, I guess they were playing a game or something, the young man turned around and was heading out the door. His best friend shot him in the back of the head. So get your lives together now. Now, my sister, we had no idea this was going to happen. 35 years old. She's no longer, well, she didn't make it to 35. She's no longer with us. So people are like, oh, I'm not old enough to do this. I'm not old. No, at any age you can go. At any second you can go. When it was told to me before, every second you live, you're becoming closer to a hole in the ground. Okay, always remember that. Always know, get your life together now. Now is the time to do that. All right, thank y'all so much for y'all time. I do have some wristbands for the smaller children, so if the smaller children can come up here, I do have something for you. And thank you again. Thank you. Thank you for having me.